I'm so nervous, Sean. The king of the death match. The indie god. The current internet champion. And my personal hero, Matt Cardona.
Flanked by Lena Cross, who we saw early in the night, unfortunately losing her World Series Wrestling Women's title. But on to Matt Cardona. The man was not even going to be involved in this match tonight. He put up everything that he believes in, everything that he has trust and love for. The belt you see on his shoulder, the Internet Championship, was put up as collateral to buy himself a match here tonight against the champion and the other contender here this evening, Dhesi.
And I personally think it's absolutely disgraceful that he had to go to those lengths. Matt Cardona was never pinned for the World Series Wrestling Championship. He never lost that title. Why? Why he has to put up something so important like the Internet Championship for anyone to take him seriously, for anyone to give him the opportunity to regain that, which he never truthfully lost. Corrupt and conspiracies, and they're all against that man there who has given us everything here in Australia. He has put his life on the line, he has put his career on the line, and now he has to put his belt on the line to get anyone to pay attention to it. I am furious.
Are you done? Great.
You know it's true.
Matt Cardona is one of many who want to grab their hands on the WSW World Heavyweight title. Another such man is Dhesi, the Maharaja, the man who has a pinfall victory over Matt Cardona in night one, a man who won a six-man tag alongside the Bollywood Boys against Matt Cardona and the Pariah, a man who has earned the respect of Nick Nemeth and the higher-ups to give him this match, and now we see why things have come to pass the way that they have. Through hell or high water, the complete Matt Cardona has gathered himself a spot in this match, and by the end of tonight you may be looking at a man holding not one but two titles above his head, the Internet Championship there and the World Heavyweight title of World Series Wrestling.
What do you mean could? We will be seeing that.
Cardona is defiant to the very end as he kisses his title perhaps for the last time here tonight.
Just stop all this negativity.
We'll jump onto things a little bit more positive as we come to the only member of this match who does not currently have a title in his possession. Dhesi, the Maharaja, making his World Series Wrestling debut in this tour, has earned his spot in this match through an undefeated record so far on the Legacy Tour. He looks to make it 3-0 and to have two titles around his waist heading into the last night of this tour.
Maharaja, standing at 6'5", he's an absolute mountain of an individual.
Maharaja towers over the majority of competition, especially here in World Series Wrestling. He came into Adelaide fired up, ready to prove a point, ready to bulldoze over any and all competition, firmly believing that the title will be his. Nick Nemeth, the champion, came out early in the night and said, absolutely, let's have you in a match. I'm a defending, fighting champion, let's go. This will be the first time that these three men have met each other in the squared circle all together for a triple threat contest as we await the arrival of the WSW World Champion.
after winning the title in Adelaide last year, Nick Nemeth returns to defend the World Series Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship.
He's a wanted man indeed. The moniker is simply the truth. You have every and anyone vying for him. The target is on his back, and Nick Nemeth simply says, come one, come all. I'll take you all on.
The target's on his back. I'd say the target is on his head, because in night one, we saw Nick Nemeth suffer a severe laceration on the top of his head in a title defense against Matt Riddle. And you had better believe that not only the Maharaja, but also Matt Cardona were watching that match closely, and they know exactly what to do. Pound that head, get that wound back open, and make him bleed, make him dizzy, make him lose that coveted title.
And of course, let's not forget last night, Nick Nemeth defended that very title against Australia's own Mick Moretti in a 50-minute plus affair. Mick Moretti gave it his absolute all, but you still have your reigning defending champion Nick Nemeth here.
And you bring a good point up. This is the third night in a row that Nick Nemeth has had to defend his title. Previously only one-on-one. He's in a triple threat again. Seems to be the theme of this evening. He doesn't have to be pinned to lose that title. Likewise, Matt Cardona doesn't have to be pinned to lose the Internet Championship. High stakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans of Adelaide, South Australia. This is your main event for the World Series Wrestling Legacy Tour. And it is for the Internet Championship and the World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first in this triple threat, hailing from Long Island, he is the reigning and defending, undisputed Internet Champion, the complete Matt Cardona!
Cardona looking a little less confident than we're used to seeing him.
He's gripping that title with an iron grip.
Introducing next, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, he is the Maharaja, Dhesi.
Conversely, looking confident as ever, the Maharaja.
And finally, defending the World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, the Wanted Man, Nick Nemeth!
Nick Nemeth has been doing this for over 20 years. The man is just as agile, just as incredible, just as formidable as he was then, he is now. He has never backed down from a challenge, and I think it is going to take a hell of a lot to tear that title away from Nick Nemeth. But the same can be said for Matt Cardona.
I was just about to say that. You think that Nick Nemeth wants that World Series Wrestling Championship, you're going to have to drag the Internet Championship off of Matt Cardona's cold, dead corpse, because he is not going to let that title go fleetingly. It just shows how much that World Championship means to Matt Cardona, that he's even willing to put it on the line when he shouldn't have to.
Cardona and Nemeth know each other very well, especially across the World Series Wrestling circuit. The anomaly, the difference maker, the unknown commodity is Dhesi. Man, again, who is making his debut here at the Legacy Tour. The disruptor.
Whoa, wait a minute here, Sean. Cardona trying to reason with Khali.
And unfortunately, it is not going to work. Tactic one fails for the evening. Unfortunately, if Cardona wants these belts, he's going to have to fight for it.
Cardona now against Nemeth.
Looking for an alliance here.
For old time's sake, Nick Nemeth joining with Cardona to take on Dhesi.
Nemeth asking the crowd should, wow! Feigning a super kick there. One bird to two, four birds squarely in the direction of the complete Matt Cardona.
And we're off on this World Series Wrestling triple threat match.
Oh, stiff shot here. There is 3 men, 2 titles in 1 main event.
Again, you saw an eye poke there. Referee saw the poke there. And there's no disqualifications. It's a triple threat. It's a triple threat.
And as you specified and put a spotlight on earlier, Ben, again, this is an instance where the champions simply do not need to be involved. It is the theme of the night. You can be a champion and someone else can be pinned, and then you're no longer the champion. Simple as that, and as quick as that.
Nick Nemeth trying to finish it early, which I don't blame him. Again, he has wrestled each and every night of this tour in huge matches. His body's got to be aching.
That's it. This World Series Wrestling Tour is all about endurance. It's all about attrition. It's your ability to withstand punishment, weather the storm, and continue on, and to stay on top if you can.
Look at that headlock, bringing Nemeth down to his knees. Just the power of Raj.
Using that 6'5" frame to simply power through his opponent, enforce his will. Where Nick Nemeth is going to have to rely on
big shoulder block
is the speed advantage and the experience advantage.
Raj is feeling it.
Going across the ropes, up and over, and again! Shoulder blocking the champion down to the ground. That's it. You see at the moment, Raj Dhesi is just employing the power game, absolutely smothering the champion. Coming up and over. Wow! Surprising amount of agility from the Maharaja.
Sorry, what was that, Sean? You don't know where Matt Cardona is? Well, let me tell you, he's on the outside letting these two wrestle, letting them tire each other out, letting them beat each other senseless. And then, when the opportune moment arrives, Matt Cardona will swoop in like a graceful, I don't know, elephant? Sure. And take the pin as well as both titles.
And this is the thing, it's actually a very smart tactic. You're in a triple threat match. Why exert more energy when you need to if the other two competitors are focused on each other? Now, Nick Nemeth taking risk control, working his way. Doesn't need the power game, you just need to manipulate the body. And you have Maharaja at your will.
Doesn't matter how big you are, all joints work the same.
Whoa! Double clothesline. Finally, wait a minute!
Opportune moment! Opportune moment!
Heading over, one to the other. The prophecy has been fulfilled. Matt Cardona striking when the iron was hot. And now, unfortunately, has to deal with an upright Maharaja, chopping the life out of Cardona. Oh! With a bit of extra spit there, just to make a bit more impact. And now, one of the difference makers for Matt Cardona, now in the grasp of the Maharaja as lean across. Cardona coming to the rescue. This is it, triple threat rules.
Choking him now. Again, triple threat rules. Doesn't have to let go at the 5, but he does because he's a nice guy.
Well, the thing is that while it technically is no DQ, you can't exactly be disqualified. So it's down to the referee here to try and maintain that semblance of order here. Strictly speaking, it is against the rules. But also, Matt Cardona's want to know how to work around it and through it.
Because he's a genius. Correct.
Cardona, Irish whipping Maharaja straight to the corner. Now the Indie God taking control.
Oh, he's feeling it now, Sean. He's starting to warm up. That confidence is coming back. Another pin. Quick kick out by the Maharaja.
Shirt comes off.
There he is. It's our champion.
Using the shirt to choke the life. And you see the 5 count employed. Remembering, of course, this is not just for Nemeth's heavyweight title. Cardona's pride and joy. The Internet Championship is also up for grabs.
Raj getting to his feet, hitting the inside. Cardona cutting him off.
Nemeth trying to get back in the ring, cut off by Cardona.
Had him scouted. Atomic drop on the Internet Champion. Oh, big right by Raj Dhesi. Followed by another and another. Into the corner. Clothesline. Another one.
For those keeping score at home, for a bit of perspective, the Internet Championship that Matt Cardona holds has only been held by one other person. And that man is Effie, another WSW alumni. Effie is the only other man to hold the Internet Championship.
I don't acknowledge that title change.
Granted, it was for 15 days.
Nick Nemeth now getting the crowd fired up. Big elbow, and another one, driving the air out of those lungs. If you have no way to breathe, you have no way to kick out of a pin. And Nick Nemeth is on his 8th elbow. 9, one more.
Nemeth's cardio is second to none. 10 elbow drops firmly, squarely into the chest of the Internet Champion.
Talk about Nemeth, what about Cardona? He just got the air driven out of his lungs and was still able to kick out.
And that's exactly right. You have to really find a way to catch your breath, find some way to gather back your faculties, and one way might just be lean across.
That's a smart way. She's learned from the best.
Of course, earlier tonight, lean across, having that opportunity to keep that WSW championship around her waist. Came very close. However, in the fatal 4-way contest, Ash Bay Elegance comes away with the title once again here on the Legacy Tour.
And we might be seeing another title change here as Matt Cardona lines up, but the Maharaja
Hold on!
is back in.
Ben! God!
You gotta believe that all Raj Dhesi needs to do now is cover one of these men, and the titles are his. But can he do it?
Raj Dhesi still spent from the throttling he took earlier. None of these 3 men are able to capitalize.
Lean across, letting Matt Cardona know where he is and what he needs to do, where the weak link is in order to retain and regain the World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Now punches exchange between all 3 men as they're jockeying for position, trying to get back onto their feet. Just chaos, a flurry of blows everywhere, fists are flying, boots! Oh my God! And just as quickly as that, they're down again. Matt Cardona, Nick Nemeth, Raj Dhesi. One of these 3 men are coming away tonight as a double champion. Matt Cardona has
Matt Cardona. Yes,
Matt Cardona has not let go of the Internet Championship since 2021.
Raj feeling that adrenaline, coming alive. Cardona has him scouted. Cardona now in the middle. Nemeth.
Now Nemeth's turn. Splashing 1, splashing 2.
Nemeth has Raj in the middle of the ring.
Wait a minute.
Nemeth has Cardona.
Flatliner DDT combination, both by Nick Nemeth. Goes to the pinfall.
Straight onto Raj. And a kick out there as well.
Nemeth almost securing a 2nd title for himself here tonight.
All 3 of these men looking much worse for wear. eyes beginning to glaze over. The longer they stay in that ring, the more tired they become. And the title slipped further and further away. My goodness, that was close.
Cardona swung Nemeth into the path of the Maharaja. My God! That gutbuster.
Cardona now. We've got it. Oh.
Cardona, and notice, such a simple but effective and necessary strategy. Both men on the ground, pin both of them. Why not? Force them to exert more energy.
Raj being very smart, rolling to the outside to regain some energy, regain some air in his lungs. Cardona with his eyes focused on Nemeth. Nope, my mistake. Focused on the title.
And perhaps a bit of foresight on what is to come. Matt Cardona raising the WSW Heavyweight Championship high above his head.
And threatening referee Michael Kent not to get in the way. Of course, there is nothing Michael Kent can do to stop him from attacking Nick Nemeth.
Nemeth,
the World Series Championship.
Nemeth having to no! Referee in the danger zone!
Nemeth!
1, 2, 3! Were it not for the championship belt to the skull of referee Mike Kent, Nick Nemeth would right now be calling himself a double champion.
He's out. The ref is out. And Lena Cross is in the ring.
Hold on. Lena Cross. Oh my God. Oh my God. TKO.
The former Women's Champion.
Now dragged. Lena Cross. Drifting traffic, dragging the referee.
1.
Oh my God.
2. Come on, ref. Count that
Nick
3.
Nemeth. Raj Dhesi better be thanking his lucky stars because Nick Nemeth managed somehow, some way to get his shoulder up.
Matt Cardona is beside himself. He cannot believe it. What else does he have to do to put Nemeth down? Signaling to Lena.
Cardona and Cross looking beside themselves, absolutely shocked when Nemeth was able to get the shoulder up.
What's under there?
What is under there? Oh my God.
Not another one.
How many? We're already 2 doors down. We have a 3rd door under the ring.
There's not going to be any doors any left in the Showgrounds.
Thank goodness they took the knob off the door.
And left it beside me.
Now Lena Cross trying to put this door into place, create some sort of havoc, some sort of chaos, but she doesn't see the Maharaja behind her, but she senses it. Oh my God!
Good night, Lena Cross. Oh, low blow by Matt Cardona.
Oh, good night, Maharaja. Coming forward. Radio silence. Cardona. Cardona.
1, 2, 3.
Fingertips away from holding the World Heavyweight Championship once more.
What more does this man have to do? What more perils must he encounter? What obstacles must he overcome in order to regain that which he never lost?
Now sizing up, Raj Dhesi again. Looking for a second rope. Coming forward. Oh, crashed and burned. Pass. Executed. Hit. Referee still. 2. No. No.
We've got to get another referee out here. What's going on?
Michael Kent is trying his best to stay in the match.
Raj has seen that door now.
Dhesi now setting up the door against the corner here. Question is, who goes through it?
Well, the door opens both ways. I don't know what that means, but it does.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
Oh! Danger zone once again. Hit. Connected. Oh, man, Cardona! Oh, no! We're 3 doors down! We're 3 doors down!
I hate that band!
1, 2, 3!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nemeth!
here's your winner, and still the World Series Wrestling Champion, and new Internet Champion, the Wanted Man, Nemeth!
Not only has Nick Nemeth retained the WSW World Heavyweight title, but he now becomes only the 3rd individual to capture the Internet Championship of the world. Nick Nemeth, both titles raised high in the air.
This is the second time Matt Cardona has been embarrassed by Nick Nemeth.
Matt Cardona placed the biggest bet of his career. He went all in, put all his chips on the table, and unfortunately lost. And Nick Nemeth reaps the benefits on this night. Fighting champion here on the Legacy Tour. This is 20 years of World Series Wrestling. Hold on, Ben. Things might be about to combust, implode in the center. There we have pure show of respect. Raj Dhesi tried his very best, but came up short to the better man on this night. Nick Nemeth is a double champion here on the Legacy Tour. Good God.
I might not like it, but history has been made here at Adelaide, South Australia. We see here Raj trying to put Nemeth through that door. Nemeth hitting the danger zone. Cardona springing up, seeing his chance, reversed and goes through the door. And with it, leave these dreams of regaining the World Series Wrestling Championship.
That is all that Nick Nemeth needed to secure the pinfall. 3 count later. And you see right there now, Nick Nemeth is free to celebrate here in Adelaide, at least for one night. Because again, Ben, there is still one more night left on this tour here. One more night that Nick Nemeth needs to, absolutely needs to keep hold of his title. There's still Sydney. If you're watching here on Triller TV, you of course can watch the remainder, the conclusion of the Legacy Tour here. We are going to be back in Sydney with Nick Nemeth, Matt Cardona, everyone else in World Series Wrestling, where titles can, may, might change hands once again.
If it's anything to go on by the last couple of evenings, the last couple of events, we might see a lot more title change here. One more night to go. Tomorrow night, we are in Sydney, New South Wales, at the Evan Theatre for the last show of the Legacy Tour, the 20th year anniversary tour of World Series Wrestling.
A huge congratulations to the wanted man, Nick Nemeth. Their final round of celebrations. Nick Nemeth here, one more run. Adelaide, it is now time to celebrate with your champion, Nick Nemeth. WSW World Heavyweight Champion, Internet Champion. Making history tonight here in World Series Wrestling.